that were brought in the Mishkan and subsequently in the Beit HaMikdash as a form of interaction between man and God, we find that there were 5 categories. 2 of these categories, the Chatat and the Asham, were Chova offerings, obligatory, while the Olah, Mincha and Shlamim, for the most part, were Reshut. They were voluntary and in many cases brought by the individual. Of the 5 categories, 4 involved the offering of an animal, and there were very specific guidelines as to which animals were to be offered for which category. The Mincha offering, however, was somewhat of a vegetarian type offering, primarily flour, oil, and spices. In addition to the animal component of a korban, there also needed to be a nesech and a mincha. The nesech was wine, the mincha a combination of oil and flour. The oil was specifically olive oil. The olives were harvested from the olive tree and then went through a process of crushing, resulting in olive oil. Then, as nowadays, there was a wide range of quality within the broad category of olive oil, depending on the location of the fruit on the olive tree in terms of ripening, and also in terms of the process of extracting the oil from the olive and its maximum acidity. Nowadays, the range has been quantified and there are legal laws regarding their use in labeling. We have extra virgin olive oil, and plain olive oil. Recognition of this categorization of olive oil can be seen from the writings of the RAMBAM in the Mishnah Torah. In Perek Zayin of Isurei Mizbeach, the RAMBAM notes that there were 9 categories of oil, depending on the process in which they were prepared. Keeping in mind that we are going back over 2,000 years, he writes that when one picks olives at the top of the olive tree, selects them one by one, crushes them and puts them into a basket, the oil that flows from them is considered in the first category. These are the olives that are crushed by hand, as opposed to the second and third category and onwards, in which the olives are crushed in a crusher. A 4th, 5th, 6th, a 7th and 8th category, ending with the 9th category, all depending on the process that is used for the extraction of the oil. Then in Halacha 9, he rates these 9 categories, writing that technically all 9 categories of olive oil can be used for the mincha offering. However, there is nothing that surpasses the quality of the first category. A second tier of quality is the 2nd and 4th. A third tier is the 3rd, 5th, and 7th. A 4th tier are the 6th and 8th. And concludes the halacha with a statement to the effect that there is nothing inferior than level 9. Oil was used for one other aspect of the Mishkan Beit HaMikdash, and that was for the lighting of the menorah. That oil was limited to category 1, 4, and 7, whereas for the mincha, all 9 categories can be used. What is germane to the Sikha is the information contained in the final halacha of Isurei Mizbeach, which we will now look at and study in detail.